There are games that take you to imaginary worlds. They give you fun, adventure, and unforgettable stories. But on the other side, there are games that are not made for fun. They are made to torture you. Games with insane difficulty, making you feel like you're standing in front of a huge mountain trying to climb it with no tools. And believe me, not everyone has the courage to enter this kind of experience. In this video from Top 5, we'll discover together the hardest 5 games in the world. Games that only very few people were able to actually finish. In 5th place, Elden Ring.
Heed my words. I am Melania, Blade of Mikola. And I have never known defeat.
From the very first moment you enter its world, you see breathtaking views, giant castles, and a legendary atmosphere that steals your eyes. But the truth is completely different. Behind all that beauty, there is one of the hardest experiences you could ever live as a gamer. Elden Ring doesn't hold your hand and tell you where to go. There are no clear instructions, no easy steps. You are lost inside a massive open world full of monsters and bosses that can end your life in seconds. Even the simple enemies you find on the road can make you rethink every step you take. The hardest part is that every single mistake costs you instantly. One wrong hit can destroy hours of effort. That's why every boss fight feels like an epic battle that needs patience, focus, and determination. And here's the secret. All those defeats build you up. And when the moment of victory finally comes, you feel like you really achieved a legendary accomplishment. That's what makes Elden Ring special. A brutal, exhausting game, but at the same time, it gives you an indescribable feeling of true heroism. In 4th place, Contra. The game that started a completely new style of challenge in its time. Very simple in its idea. A small soldier fighting against armies, monsters, and alien machines, but the difficulty inside Contra is not ordinary at all. This game shows no mercy. You only have a very limited number of lives, and just one touch from a bullet or an enemy is enough to end your life instantly. No health bar, no chance to recover. One single mistake is enough to send you back to the beginning of the stage. And that makes every moment full of tension and every move carefully calculated. The levels themselves are designed with clever tricks. Enemies pop out from everywhere. The screen is filled with bullets, and the bosses need crazy reflexes and concentration. And with every step you move forward, the game gets faster and harder until you feel like you're fighting against the impossible. In 3rd place, Cuphead. From the very first moment, the game grabs you with its beautiful cartoon graphics and the classic music that feels like it came straight out of the 1930s. Its colorful, simple look makes you think it's a light and fun game, but once you start, you discover you've fallen into a real trap. Cuphead is famous because every stage feels like a boss fight. There's no time to rest. Every second is filled with non-stop attacks, bullets coming from every direction, and fast patterns you must memorize and predict with precision. One small mistake, just one single hit, is enough to make you lose everything you built. What makes it even harder is that the game is designed to keep you always on the edge. Just when you think you've made it, the boss suddenly changes its attack style, or the stage transforms into a new form like it's a different game. That makes every attempt a long journey of focus and frustration until victory finally comes, giving you an incredible sense of pride. Cuphead is not just a cartoon game. It's one of the most exhausting yet enjoyable experiences at the same time, and only very few people were able to reach its end. In 2nd place, Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy!
This game might trick you with its look, simple graphics, bright colors, and a small red creature you control, but the truth is, Super Meat Boy is one of the most grueling games ever made in gaming history. The levels are designed with insane precision, walls filled with spinning saws, slippery floors, and traps waiting at every corner. Every jump has to be measured to the millimeter. Every move has to be done at the perfect timing. Any delay or even the slightest touch of a trap, and the attempt ends instantly. What makes it even harder is that the game is built on the principle of trial and error. You might repeat the same stage dozens of times just to master it. With every attempt, you feel like you're moving one small step forward, but the road to the end is long and exhausting. But in return, the moment you finally pass a complicated stage after hours of attempts, you feel a huge accomplishment, as if you broke a world record. That's what makes Super Meat Boy a difficult, painful, yet strangely enjoyable experience, and it truly deserves its place on our list. In first place, Sekiro, Statos Die Twice. This game is not just hard, it is a real test of your patience and endurance. From Software, the same studio behind Dark Souls and Elden Ring, decided with Sekiro to push the challenge level to the maximum. In Sekiro, there's no relying on building your character or upgrading weapons like in other games. You only have one fighter and one sword. There are no easy solutions and no way to increase your strength except by mastering the combat system. Every boss is a battle of intelligence and reflexes, where you must memorize their moves and block attacks with perfect timing. What makes Sekiro truly hard is that it does not forgive. One mistake in timing, one hit you fail to block, and the fight ends instantly. The bosses in this game are legendary, each one requiring hours of attempts before you can finally overcome them. But with this difficulty comes an indescribable feeling. The moment you defeat a boss after hundreds of failures, you feel like you've truly surpassed your own limits. That's the reason Sekiro earned its place at number 1. Not just because it's a difficult game, but because it gives you an epic experience, making you live a personal journey of victory against the impossible. And as we've seen, from the classic Contra to the epic Sekiro, each of these 5 games is not just about fun, but about a true struggle with yourself. Games that make you rethink the meaning of challenge and prove to you that sometimes difficulty is exactly what gives achievement its special taste. Tell us in the comments which game from this list have you tried, and were you able to reach the end, or did you give up halfway?
Please! Please! Yes! No, Elliot! Elliot! Oh my God, Elliot! Please!